Hello everybody, Donnie Seymour here with SportsbookReview.com. NFL Week 13 is already upon us. Thursday afternoon football. Yes, it's Thanksgiving. It's a triple header as usual in the NFL, starting with the early game, 3:05, 3:06. As Detroit always gets that early slot, they're going to take on their divisional foe, Chicago Bears. That line opened up offshore markets at -1. Now we're seeing -3s across the board, backing Mitchell Trubisky and those Bears, fresh off a win versus the New York Giants. Detroit comes in as the underdog. Still says undecided on quarterback, but I think we can put a pencil in there that Matthew Stafford is not going to play in this football game. So it looks like early in the week, Bears favored by 3, Buffalo and Dallas. Dallas obviously always gets to play on Thanksgiving as well in that second slot, 4:30 p.m. Eastern on Thursday. They're going to take on the Buffalo Bills, the 8-3 Buffalo Bills. Last time we saw the Dallas Cowboys out in New England struggling in the rain, they hope for a bounce-back effort. That line opened up at 7, even -8 at some offshore outlets, now sitting at -6.5 is the favorite Dallas Cowboys. New Orleans and Atlanta going to play the night game. This game usually rotates throughout the NFL. Atlanta looks like their bubble burst a little bit versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now going to take on the New Orleans Saints, looking back in form on offense. Line opens up -6.5, -5, so a lot of differentiating lines out there across the board, now sitting at -6 and -6.5. Switching over to Sunday, Green Bay and the New York Giants, the Green Bay Packers favored by -6.5. Washington and Carolina, Dwayne Haskins got his first victory last week in Selfie Gate, and they open up getting close to 10 points. That line now sits at 9.5. The game of the day is still going to be at 1 o'clock, was not flexed to 4 o'clock or later. That's going to be San Francisco and the Baltimore Ravens. You saw the Baltimore Ravens absolutely destroy their last 3 opponents, including the Los Angeles Rams on Monday Night Football. That line opens up at 5.5, 4.5. Now we're quickly seeing some 6s across the board. Tennessee and Indianapolis, a key AFC South divisional battle. Tannehill and Brissett will get that going. That line opened up at 3, 3.5, but has dipped below a field goal now as we see the Tennessee Titans now resurgent under Ryan Tannehill as quarterback. Carson Wentz heads on the road, finally takes a breather against a really porous Miami team. That line opens up at 7.5 and 8, now sitting at 9s and 9.5s across the board. Now when Oakland, which got destroyed by the New York Jets, now has to play the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City, that line opens up a double-digit favorite, still staying around that way. Tampa and Jacksonville. Tampa Bay with a nice victory on the road last week. They've been competitive in just about every single game that they played. Now they're going to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars, who haven't looked that good under Nick Foles. However, Nick Foles and the Jaguars still hanging around a 1 to 1.5 favorite in this football game. Jets and Cincinnati Bengals. Why do we care about this game? Well, Andy Dalton's going to make a return back for the winless Cincinnati Bengals to see if they can get off the schneid against the Jets. That line opens up at 3, 3.5, and still currently staying at that number as well. Jared Goff and the Road Rams head to Arizona, rested and ready for this football game. If we take a look at the opening number here, -4.5, but that's quickly downshifted to -3. Then we'll take a look at some of the later games. Chargers and Broncos, -2.5 favorite for the Chargers in that one. Cleveland and Pittsburgh, as we saw in Helmgate just a few weeks ago, this is the rematch. We're not too sure if Mason Rudolph is going to start this football game due to his poor play. -2.5 across the board as a favorite for the Cleveland Browns at this time. And then also Sunday Night Football, New England and Houston. That line opens up at -3.5 to -4 in the favor of the New England Patriots, but has dropped to a field goal, -3 for the Patriots in that game. Minnesota and Seattle, good Monday Night Football game setting up here in the NFC. That opens up a -3-point favorite to Seattle. Now we're seeing some 2.5s pop up across the board. That is your NFL opening slate. These lines are due to change, so always check out SBOodds.com for all the latest line movement, and for all NFL content, check out SportsbookReview.com. I'm Donnie Seymour. Good luck with those wagers out there.